Hello, my patrons. Today we are going to be doing the commentary for the Old Town Road. I'm so sorry this took so long to get out. I've been pretty busy, and I should probably be working hard on the Patreon. Don't worry, I'm gonna be releasing these now every day. From now on until we're pretty much caught up to the present. I know one of you guys asked me for. One of you guys asked me which one. It was diesel batteries. He wanted to see Old Town Road, and he was the only one that actually kind of voted. So we're gonna go with Old Town Road first. So let's get started. I remember. Wait, maybe I should turn it down a bit just because I don't want it to get copyrighted or whatever again. This video actually did get copyrighted. It's very annoying. But yeah, this video was. I remember this was like a few months after Old Town Road came out, and the song was like still really popular at the time. And I liked it a lot because it reminded me of like actual westerns and stuff. And the music video was actually Red Dead Redemption, and that was also pretty popular at the time too. Not as popular given that it was a lot older at the time, but it's just it was very reminiscent about that. And one of the main things that this was inspired by was Baby Driver, because that movie, all the action scenes are like linked up to the beat of the music that's playing. That's actually, I want to go over this. This is one thing I don't like about the videos. There's like a small frame where you can kind of see the support. Yeah, right there. If you look right here, you can see the red. You can see what I set the guy on, and it always bothered me whenever I look back on it. I didn't realize it at the time, but that's a mistake. You'll find that my videos are actually full of mistakes. Oh yeah, this was also interesting. So when filming this, I didn't really want to show violence against women or anything, but I also didn't want to make them seem like they were like incapable of anything. So I've given I gave her a good fight, but ultimately she's knocked out because this door just opens violently. And then it ends kind of wanted to do more of the song, but eventually you kind of just run out of time. I guess that's the one sad things about uploading every week is that you don't always have the time you want to make everything come true. But ultimately, it's always like little things like the cherry on top or something that's ultimately not necessarily needed to make the product I want to make. It would just make things just a little bit better. It's like a sprinkle of garnish. Overall, I am pretty happy with how this turned out because it was cool to have it all just very kinetic and constant action. Of course, it took a while to make. I remember I worked on this for like 4 straight days. Like each day was 15 hours to get it all done. Because I started working on this on a Thursday and it came out on the Monday after. And I was watching How I Met Your Mother at the time. That doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but it's just, I guess I blazed through like 5 seasons while working on this video. So I guess it kind of tells about how long a video like this would take to make. I really like that bit where he throws the gun against the guy's face and reloads in the air. Ultimately, there's not really much I can say about the techniques used. Obviously, I try to use a lot of sweeping camera movements, especially here. But ultimately, I don't think some of them will work. Not all of them, at least. This one I think works up until here. I don't spend enough time on the fact that this guy literally just got shot in the neck. In fact, I don't think a lot of people would notice that because it goes by way too quick. I remember this scene actually took a couple tries to get it just right. I don't think I still have those frames. Actually, I'm pretty sure I might put them at the end of the video if I can find them. But ultimately, there was not really much that was actually planned. I didn't really storyboard anything. I kind of just had a general idea that I wanted to kind of make this, a bunch of people in the bar that these two eventually work their way through until they had this big fight at the end, this boss battle, I guess. And of course, keeping everything to the beat was done using editing programs. Essentially what I just did was I just found out how many frames I would need to take in between each beat. I found out it was actually 7, so let's go through the beats. Okay, so whoops, I did not mean to change that. So essentially it'd be like this. So, what? Okay, so let's go through the beats. So that's 1 frame. That it actually connects, the hit actually connects, and the sound effect plays. Frame 1, frame 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then the next one connects. And you'll see that for each individual beat, it would always be 7 frames in between. I remember this because of how many times I had to remember that during production. So that's again, first frame of contact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. And that's just you know, and because a song, the beat per minute in a song like this always stays consistent, so I just have to remember that it was always 7 in between. So you can even see it here from the moment he hits the ground to when the punch connects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, maybe not all of them are completely precise, but most of them are in that 7 to 8 range. And the way I do this, you know, like you can even see the frames between, like most of the beat is actually just wind up, because if you spend most of it on wind up and then you spend maybe 1 or 2 on actually the movement, so like you can see for most of this is him just actually just like, you know, taking the shock of the landing. So he's here and then he kind of lands, he kind of bends forward a bit just to make sure it looks like there's some impact, and then he doesn't even move his arm up at all. This is the first frame he moves it down really. Actually, he moves it down just a tiny bit here, again here, and then a huge gap here, and then the next one is going to connect. And that completes the whole arc. See? And it looks smooth. It's just, boom. You kind of, that's usually how I like, you know, how I try to animate fight scenes and stuff, is that you want to, I usually spend more time actually on the poses than I do on the actual movement. So, look, again, you can see it here. This might be a little bit easier to catch considering you don't actually see the first pose. So he swings. Okay, so it's a tiny movement here, swing. It's a bigger movement, and then next pose, boom. And then we focus on this. We keep him in sort of the same spot. We kind of move him around a bit. You know, we still move him a bit forward, but the motions are that much smaller to really emphasize the exact pose he's in. So his arm is out, and then he gets punched. And even here, again, you can see I'm keeping Billy Ray Cyrus as in this position for as long as possible, and then boom, again. You know, I literally only spend like 1 or 2 frames getting him from one pose to the next. And I do that to like you know, give the illusion of fast movement. Gunshots are different. Gunshots usually to sort of emphasize the impact of a gunshot. I kind of just, it's not exactly the same because they're much quicker. So I spend, instead it's usually just the first frame and then shot. You know, you can see the bullet coming out, just made a Lego. And then the next frame is literally just the recoil. Boom, he's all the way up here now. Let's see if I can get a different shot that, you know, okay, there. Okay, even here, okay. So gunshot, boom, I kind of like, you know, blow him backwards a bit so that you can kind of see the impact. And then the next frame, his arm is going to be like way up. See, it's all the way up there. And that is kind of like how you sort of get the illusion of a gun firing. Or at least that's how I get it. You know, there are multiple ways to do this. It's just my style, and I mostly do it like this because it really emphasizes the poses, and that's kind of the animation I want to go for, because I like things. I have the attention span of a goldfish, so I like things snappy and fast, and that is why I do the things that I do. It's the same with the camera movements as well. As you can see, the first few frames of the camera moving, it's just very tiny, and then it kind of just whips to where it needs to be. And then when it gets to where it needs to be, I still move it just a tiny bit, but it's just enough to look like the movement is being completed. And then more gunshots. Now, I guess over the next few commentary tracks, we're going to see exactly how much I abuse this tactic, to the point where it's almost like, I feel like by telling you this, the magic will be gone. But again, like, it looks smooth, but ultimately there's huge gaps in the actual arcs, in the actual swing. See, so it's just because I spend so much time on the actual pose itself, and then boom. See, I only spend 2 actual frames of her swinging her arm, but it looks so, you know, it looks so like it follows an arc. It's smooth. Boom. And that's really all I have to say about this video. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad so many people enjoyed it. I kind of did something similar to this with the heist, except I didn't really go all the way into that because I guess I was kind of running out of time. And also I wanted to sort of develop more of a storyline between Thor at that point. But, you know, that's really all I have to say about Old Town Road. Let me know what you guys want to see next out of these commentary tracks. And yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for supporting again, and later.